Let's go Rangers.
Blueshirt Underground, motherfucker!
Can't BS a Ranger fan. Can't BS a Ranger fan.
This is an unlawful gathering. This is an unlawful gathering. The truth is out there. The truth is out there.
This is the underground. This is new media. This is the underground. This is new media.
Ranger fans, remember what's the critical thinking hanger. Ranger fans, remember what's the critical thinking hanger.
And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers. And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers.
This is New York Rangers hockey. 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 This is New York.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Blueshirt Underground show. Today is Monday. It is 9/27, September 27th. And that means that opening day is, I believe, 16 days away, but it's also Monday night. That means one thing.
The New York Rangers open their preseason against the crosstown rivals, New York Islanders. Holy boring fest. Let's talk about it. Wait, let's not talk about that the management and coaches were fired in the offseason. That's what Sam Rosen and Joe Micheletti did until a slight mention in between periods in the third period. Why was David Quinn not there? Why was JD not upstairs? Well, they told us in the third period as they glossed over that entire story in order to call one of the worst games I've seen in the millennia. That's right. Now back to you, Jim. I'm done.
Burt Jones and the 15-1 Giants taking on the Atlanta Falcons and Steve Bartkowski in a thriller at MetLife Stadium.
I will say this, Jim. As bad as the Rangers look, the Rangers may be the saving grace in New York sports right now, unless you're rooting for the Islanders, which I'm still debating whether they're a New York team anyway. But
right.
Between the Jets and Giants, the Rangers I will assuredly win a game this season.
Yes, so, more than likely.
Yes.
So, good evening, everybody. Nice crowd here already, filing in on Facebook and YouTube. By the way, I did confirm with our technical support at Be Live that last week's problem was not us, it was YouTube, as we told you. It was a glitch with the YouTube, but our entire video is up there, and I was able to pull that to a podcast, which was posted yesterday. We slammed the masses with podcasts yesterday, Eddie.
Oh,
great! 6 new episodes to listen to. Yes.
I mean, they have podcasts for fucking fondue now. I mean, every little niche little thing you could find. Hey, it's good. I think it's good. Not the fondue part, but not a big fondue guy. Fondant, I call it.
Wasn't a fondue fork a pivotal part of an Odd Couple episode? They go to court for something, and
I am not sure.
Felix uses the fondue. Since when?
I liked the Odd Couple, but I haven't watched like in repeats But I know of the Odd. I mean, I love the Odd Couple, but I just don't know every episode.
Oh, okay. I think that they go to court for some reason, and the fondue fork is a pivotal piece of evidence that Felix uses to exonerate them.
Well, I felt like I got a fondue fork up the ass last night watching that Ranger game. I mean, that was a pain in the neck.
Let the overreactions be. Hey, let me ask you this. Well, not even ask, but making a statement. The last time a Ranger team got shut out by the Islanders, everybody got fired. Was Gerard Gallant fired today? Was
No, come on.
was Chris Drury fired today,
No.
Mr. Happy?
It was just a game. They don't even know who each other is yet. I mean, this is like it was just an evaluation game. But I do understand getting kicked squarely between the legs by the Islanders just hurts any time,
Right.
because it just becomes such a constant thing.
And it was nice to see that the Rangers spent an entire offseason worried about competing with the Islanders' fourth line, and the fourth line ran all over them last night anyway.
Well, yes, the Cal Clutterbuck, the Casey Zizekas show.
Right.
Matt Martin was injured, so he didn't get a chance to chip in. And then their goon, that he got a goal, that guy Johnston. That guy's a big dude. He winds up scoring. But they really didn't have the parts in places. The Barclay Goodrow went out early with the match penalty, the whatever he got. They got thrown out of the game. And no Ryan Reeves.
No Sammy Blase.
No
Johnny
Sammy
Blades
Blase.
Chowski. Right.
Yeah, so the grit wasn't there. The toughness wasn't there.
Right, because why would you need to see, like, how do we stack up with these guys that we all went and got and traded every fucking asset we have to get tougher to compete with the Islanders? Why would we play them against the Islanders? What?
Yeah, I mean,
Overrated. Overrated.
Well, I do agree with you on the point, but I mean, it's they got to check out all the young guys. We got to start weeding out who is good and who is bad and who's got to be sent down and who needs more seasoning and who needs a little bit more, I don't know, saffron. Well, that's the seasoning, isn't it?
Yeah.
It needs some kind of seasoning.
One guy who I really hadn't heard much about before last night, who I actually thought was one of the few players on the ice to do something. Of course, he was sent back to the WHL today. That's the great Matt Rempe, Ruth Rempley.
Yeah, what was your analysis of him? What do you guys think about the Rempster?
I just thought he was one of the few players that stood out in a good way.
It's hard not to stand out when you're 6'7".
Well, I mean that too, but
he's a big dude. I felt he was a little bit slow, but I mean that's par for the course when you're talking to 6. But he was involved. I mean, I don't think I wasn't like, holy shit, this guy's a goof. I did think of you when Gauthier came in and he skate. You know how he does that skate? He skates directly behind the net, and then another time he took a shot and the goalie made the save. So I was like, I hope that I got a soft spot for that guy. I don't know why. I think he's got the speed, but.
For Julian, he's fine. And look, if he makes the team, great. Is he tough enough? Because that's what we're all about. We're not about goals anymore.
Right.
It's all about the fights, penalty minutes. It's about not backing down, man. We got to get tougher.
We always have these kind of teams.
I got news for you.
Oh, give me the news.
Well, this is just me talking. You could have all the tough guys you want on the bottom two lines, but if your top two lines don't play a little bigger, don't play a little tougher, don't sack up a little bit, ain't gonna matter. Ain't gonna matter. Mika Zibanejad last night, still feeling the effects of COVID. Just wait till he puts that weight back on, Eddie. He's gonna be great again.
I thought he looked all right. I mean,
nobody hits the glass harder with a shot than Mika Zibanejad.
Listen, he'll get his goal.
As you can see, my heel turn has not changed.
Yeah, I know.
I have not turned face yet. Nothing they did last night. I'm sitting there for like the first 5 minutes. I'm like, you know what? After a bad sports day, and it was a bad day sports-wise for New York sports fans. I'm like, maybe the Rangers will give me a little something here tonight. Maybe give me a little something. It was a beautiful night here. We were sitting out on the patio. We had a TV. We're sitting out there, nice at me and Jen, and the kids were out playing. It was a beautiful fall evening, and just nothing. Chris Kreider on a breakaway, backhand right into the glove. I'm like, oh, he's in midseason form. 11 years later, you still need to work on your hands, Mr. Kreider.
You can't teach hands. But remember who he got that pass from? Barkley Goodrow.
Yes, Barkley Goodrow certified CPA.
Yes.
That is not. I'm sorry, that's not a hockey name. This guy better be the second coming of Adam Graves, like everybody said.
It's been mentioned several times
because he just sounds like a guy selling liberty. I could just see his face on a bus stop bench. Go see Barclay Goodrow for your State Farm insurance.
Well, I kind of agree with Patrick Hill is talking about in the chat room. I think it's time for Chris Kreider to get moved to the third line. I know that might be sacrilege. I mean, keep him on the power play first line because that's where the majority of goals come from, Chris. But even strength, he's just a nothing. I mean, I don't know, at least try him there. Play the kids, as they say. So, yes, I watched the entire game.
As did I.
Yeah, I mean, I had to do it because I wanted to watch the I wanted to watch certain players.
Right.
I mean, everybody's like excited to be here. I got to watch those stupid media availability of every player saying the same thing.
Same exact thing.
They say that, why do they have them? Nobody has a personality. They've all been trained in media. They all know what to say, and it's just so boring. You guys mentioned it on Facebook in the group. What's the sense? The coaches. Well, we're gonna play. You got to play. What was the saying they said?
It is. We just have to play the right way. Gerard Gallant, 9/6/21.
Yeah,
we just got to play the right way. David Quinn, 2018. We just have to play the right way. Michel Bergeron, 1987 or 88.
That could be Jean-Guy Talbot too, for all we know.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, that's what was refreshing about Torts, is that he just really said whatever he wanted to say. I mean, even though, again, I'm not advocating for John Tortorella, but it would be refreshing to have a coach in here who spoke like a human being, and not toe the company line or just give you these pat answers, so to speak.
By the way, there's a new feature here in Be Live.
Okay.
It's called the Comment Assistant. And it automatically, like, we put comments on the screen and I can still control which ones go on the screen. But now it automatically showcases positive comments and questions during your stream. And I'm just watching. It brings up a little warning at the top, and it says which comment it's going to put up. And if you don't want it there, you can tell it not to do it, or you can just leave it alone. It'll just come up. Like, you'll see Ryan's comment here about cursive. That was my Brian Trottier comment today.
His manifesto, that handwritten,
got him the job.
Oh,
so,
boy.
Kevin Cosmo, I would trade Chris Kreider tomorrow if they could. Goodbye. Yeah. I've seen enough.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm ready to move on.
But you know what? The Rangers can ill afford to move any kind of a goal scorer right now, because I think it's
even one that does it every 6 weeks.
Well, he'll wind up with 25 every year. He's good on the power play. I mean, he does have. It's so disappointing what I think he really could be, but that's for another show. I just want to share and show and tell with you guys. You know how I used to be into the hockey cards like 4 or 5 years ago? Just buy in, and then I realized my bank account was going down and down, and so I stopped. But I bought a couple packs the other day.
Wow.
And I'm going to show you what I got. I got a Connor McMichael Caps rookie. I don't know how good this guy is.
Oh.
Somebody can look up his stats. Maybe he's going to be good. I don't know.
He's the next Adam Graves.
Then I got some Elias Pettersson. We all know he's good. Special card. I don't know how much it is. I'm getting to then this Niels Hoglander. on Vancouver. I
Connor
think he's
McMichael. He's
Is he
with the
good?
Hershey Bears now. He I don't know. He scored a
How
lot of
about
goals
minor
in
league
the
stats?
OHL.
Any upside?
40 goal scorer for the London Knights a couple of times.
Come on.
27 points in 33 games with the Hershey Bears last year.
Whoa!
Joe. 6 feet tall, 187 pounds. He was drafted. He's a first-round pick. First-round pick, Eddie.
Then I got a second year.
Connor,
Get this.
Connor Mongo McMichael. I like that.
Oh, Joe, that Connor Mongo McMichael, Joe. Then I got a Capo Caco second year.
Bust. I'm just
Again, I bought 5 packs, and this is what I got. And then this one. Alexi Lafreniere.
Wilf Paymont.
Rookie card, baby. So I'm hooked again. No, I'm not hooked again. I just stopped. But I got my Lafreniere.
Hockey Card Live. We'll be back Friday night on Blog Talk Radio.
Rock'em Sock'em Hockey Cards. We'll be back. No.
Is there Ryan Leach wants to know if there was an Aaron Voros rookie card.
Yes. We're using it for extra toilet paper. If we run out of toilet paper, we'll wipe my ass with it. So I got a Lafreniere. So I'm all in now. I got monetary value.
He's got skin in the game, ladies and gentlemen.
Skin in the game.
Any Brett Howden cards? Kim Alexis
Lafreniere, Mike.
Yeah.
Very good, Mike.
That's great.
So that was it. Kip Miller, huh? Yeesh. Was he the one that won? No, he wasn't the one who won the Hobie Baker, was it? I don't remember. Anywho, so I just want to throw that in. So I'm fully invested in the Rangers' future. Now that involves money.
Right.
So let's talk about the game. Who impressed and who depressed you?
Nobody. I wouldn't say I came away impressed by anybody.
You were outside. You weren't even paying attention.
I was paying very close
playing
attention.
Wiffle ball with the girls.
I wasn't playing wiffle ball. I'll prove to you I was paying close enough attention. I heard Sam Rosen call the head coach Gauthier. And then Joe make an excuse for him. Oh, it's first day for everybody, Sam. He would have made that fucking mistake in March. Headed down the home stretch.
And I think in the third
I was fully engaged in that game.
Okay.
If not engorged.
I'm pretty sure he made another faux pas in the third period where he said that Zibanejad is a good player. He averages 30 goals a game.
Yes.
He did say that, right?
That is correct.
That's quite an accomplishment, 30 goals.
It is. Especially when you hit the glass 12 times.
Oh, I could see who's in shouts out Bow Wow already.
All of them.
You know what?
It's a heel turn right now.
Well, you know what it is? The Sunday, it was a bad Sunday.
Talk is cheap. That's what our head coach said. Talk is cheap. And he said they didn't work hard enough last night, and I wholeheartedly agree with him. The goaltender was terrible. Both goaltenders were not good. Adam Huska got our first look at him, right? Was that the first time he's played?
Yeah, about my last look at Adam Huska. Dude.
Right. Siberian Huska. He didn't look good. Georgiev didn't look good. I'm pulling for Keith Kincaid to win that backup.
Yeah, he's like,
spot. I don't want any goaltenders on my team that are throwing hands. Get out of here. He should have been banished too.
What do you mean?
When he fought TDA.
Oh, that's right.
Adam sucks.
Everybody, guys,
that's great.
The
chat room's already a mid-season form.
That's what I was saying. The Rangers weren't ready, but everybody in the chat room is ready. Yeah. That was a weird comment when they brought up Niels Lundqvist's shot that was a silent shot. that you can't hear it, and his mother's a golfer, and they really were just all over themselves with you can't hear his shot. What the hell does that mean?
All right.
But I will say I'm going to give you the impress list. I thought Patrick Nemeth looked pretty good.
Yes.
Much better than I expected. And if he could speak Swedish, that's
Broadway
a bonus.
Patrick.
I thought Niels Lundqvist looked pretty good. I was going to say Zabinajad didn't look bad, but I don't know. You say au contraire. I don't know. I mean, at least he was moving. I thought Kravtsov
Well, I
played
hope so.
I thought Kravtsov played pretty well. Then again, I'm a little biased.
Nice pass to Goudreau in the crease from Kravtsov,
Right. That line looked
which,
like,
of course, Goudreau, now that he wears a Ranger jersey, he missed the shot.
right. I thought that line, especially Kravtsov, Hedel, and Goudreau, could be something. It's so early to tell, and the way they mix these lineups, it'll never stay together. I thought Hedel looked okay first half.
Stinks.
The depressors, Geppetto.
Why is Potato even still here? I don't even know. Why is he still here? I mean, he's not good. He wasn't good last night, and we have all these young defensemen. Plus, they signed Mark Tenorti's kid.
He didn't look so good either.
By the way, it did not go over well that Mark Tenorti's kid was wearing number 5 in this house last night, because you know who the last player to wear number 5. That did not go over well.
Yes,
with
I
upper
agree
management.
with you. I agree with you. So
why? I mean, why is Potato still here? He's not.
Double nickels, isn't he 55? Every time there's a goal scored, that's all I see is 5-5.
Because that's the score.
Yeah, I don't.
That's the score when he's on the ice.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, Matthew's saying that Namath takes bad penalties, and he did the same thing. Well, Colorado got him back twice last year. You know, they had him, I think, at the beginning of the season, went to Detroit, and they got him back at the end or something like that. I know they repeated that story like 400 times. The Patrick Nemeth saga, how he was with Colorado. He got traded, but then Colorado wanted him back for the playoffs. So, yeah, Tenorti was a -3. He didn't look good. He might just be some goonage for the Tom Wilson fiascos.
Patrick Willie Namath.
Yeah. I kind of was of the thought that if Colorado played him, that there must be something to him, because they're not a bad franchise. And I don't know. He looked all right to me. He looked like, okay. And, he's there not primarily, but apparently he talked Swedish. I thought Niels Lundqvist with his silent shots, he looked This is Patrick Nemeth.
This is actual on ice, mic'd up.
Mic'd up with Patrick Nemeth.
Yes, Patrick Willie. Speaking of, what were we? What was I? Oh, no, I lost my train of thought. Oh well, that's all right. We do have an announcement to make. We want to do it before we forget.
Okay.
The viewing party is being rescheduled. Originally slated for October 16th, we are now rescheduling for November 20th, which is a Saturday afternoon game. The Rangers taking on Ottawa. That is a 1:00 game. The viewing party will be rescheduled. Eddie has scheduling conflicts on the 16th.
Yeah, I apologize.
So we are rescheduling, and I just have to confirm that with Slattery's, but I don't think it'll be a problem.
Yeah, I definitely have to apologize. I often say yes to things, not realizing that I have things on those dates. And it's my wife who usually says, Ed, we're doing something with the family, or one time I had a show, and it was just the whole thing. So I apologize if anybody
right.
has to cancel any flight plans to get out here and join us for the viewing party.
I don't believe I heard any stories about flights being booked yet. So we
Cool,
will.
cool.
So yeah, so it'll just be a month later. That's all. Maybe the rules will relax by then, and we can have more people because maybe not everybody will have to be vaccinated or whatever or show proof. So
Yeah, I'm gonna
so it'll be all good.
Yeah. Well, thank you for working with me. I tend
Hey,
to
look, we've waited almost 2 years. What's another month, right?
just on the sort of impressed list for me for the Rangers. Dryden Hunt, I thought looked okay, and I thought that Will Cooley looked pretty good.
Yeah, he didn't get a whole lot of ice time. I don't think. I don't remember. Oh, look at this. We've already got the entire Johnert clan. This is good for them because they were unable to make the 16th and November 20th. They're good. So
See, we're in sync,
right.
just like me and Chris's menstrual cycles are in sync. That's right.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, so that was about it. I mean, I'm not going to get all mental about game one and, there's no systems in place that they don't even know each other's names. I mean,
Right.
I did like that Gallant was like talking to Hedel one-on-one. Then I was thinking, can Hedel understand what he's saying? It's got to be tough for a lot of these younger players. They came up with Quinn, and now they have a whole different. But I think they tried to keep it simple, and that's what you got to do in the first couple preseason games. I mean, and you saw where that went. The penalties in the first period. It was like this. It was like I was watching a regular season Ranger on the game.
I've
giveaways.
I've been reading that practices under Gerard Gallant are a lot quieter. There's not as much yelling.
Wait a minute.
I didn't know that was an issue under the previous regime.
Well, Ranger fans are not going to like that. They want that ass kicker.
Well, I don't know if I don't know if quieter means there's was Quinn just loud or was it constant criticism? I don't know.
Oh no, Ranger fans don't want that. Now, I could see like Mike Keenan being quiet because he was more like sinister he was the puppet master.
He was sinister.
All right, ready to suit up, coach. Oh, you're not playing tonight. Like that type of thing.
Simon says,
laugh. And then I could see Tortorella being real loud.
Right.
We've witnessed it. Don't shit your pants and all that stuff.
Right.
But Don Rickles.
Keep your fucking discipline here now.
Thank you, Torts.
Thank you, Torty. Now, Don Rickles, a.k.a. Gerard Gallant, I would thought he'd be barking a little bit more.
Rickles.
Listen, you hockey pucks, get in the slot. Crash that net. Now, if he's a little bit quieter, I don't know. I don't know if the Ranger general public is ready to. We're too soft.
Well, I was waiting for. I was expecting backlash when Lafreniere was out there killing penalties last night.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's not going to sit well if this continues into the regular season.
No.
So,
I mean, even at Kreider doesn't usually kill penalties, right?
No, he kills power plays.
Come on, that's what
too easy. You set me up for that one.
Well, Goodrow probably is going to be killing penalties, I would think. So they're probably just filling in there. Because
Joe, you called Pete DeBoer out in San Jose and talked to him about Barclay Goodrow. What did he say?
what do you say?
He could do everything.
He
Kill
do
penalties, power play. He's like Adam Graves, he said. Not that he's going to score 50 goals.
Or win a cup with the Rangers.
Or be beloved.
Right. You should never mention anybody with Adam Graves. It's never going to measure up. The UBS, I will be at the UBS Arena to see wrestling.
The IBS Arena?
Yeah, the Irritable Bowel Syndrome Arena. And I'll probably do some bits over there outside this. I'll curse it. I don't know. Maybe I'll urinate on the building or something. Something low class, low brow. But, yeah, they were talking to Barkley. And listen, don't you think the Rangers, as a culture, the team has to adopt that? You can't just bring in two guys and expect the whole team to roll like that.
Well, I mean, it's more than two guys. It's more like I don't know, 4 or 5 at this point. But
who's actually going to play, Jim?
I still think your top players have to buy in. I just don't think you can. I just don't think you can roll 2 soft lines and then 2 tough lines and have it make it. I don't know. I look, I hope it all works out for them.
Well, I think the culture is that
they're going to win 25 games.
The culture is that you're going to be able to play both a two-way game and be able to hit and be able to get gritty and go in the greasy areas, as they say.
Right.
Not spread out, waiting for the one-timer. I mean, you're looking at teams like the Islanders, which is apparently the team that gets knocked out in the semifinals is now the pattern to win. I don't get that. But and like Tampa Bay, where you've got guys that are willing to grind it out and tighten it up defensively and be able to fight. I think that's the culture. Not fight, but, be able to win some battles, as they say. Isn't that what Gerard Gallant's here for? I mean, this is the type of hockey, at least with Vegas. He was playing Ryan Reeves 10 minutes a game in Vegas. I don't know if he's going to play Ryan Reeves 10 minutes here. I mean, he's 34 years old now.
Right.
So we'll see. I mean, do I think the Rangers will? I don't know. It's so early to say. These young guys got to produce. That's it. Because that's what they've banked on.
Right.
They should. I mean, you draft a number 1 and a number 2 overall. They've got to produce. So, Kakko and Lafreniere, they'll have a good opportunity to do that, especially now that the league will be playing teams out of the division. It'll be less stifling for these guys. Playing these defensive-minded teams or these top teams, which there were a lot of good teams in our division. So they got to learn how to win. Under Quinn, I can't even remember any winning streaks. Do you remember any winning streaks?
Sure.
You do? They won like 4 or 5?
Yeah, especially his first season.
I don't know. I last year I remember.
I gotta go to Bullet Bob Page at the stats. Coming through now. Let's see.
And the Islanders, they signed Chara. I don't know how that's going to work out. Chara has been signed. And you've got Zach Parise, which is not a bad signing. I mean, he's older, the older version of Zach Parise, but he's
longest streak last year was 4 games.
That's horrible.
Previous year, previous year they won 9 out of 10 at one point. It's red hot right there. And then first year under Quinny, 4-game winning streak, 3-game winning streak, and that's it.
I just felt like on
So
the
yeah, that
20
was their hottest streak. Was that 9 out of 10?
They never got hot, and they could never win a big game, which was was justifiable for him being fired.
Is that the coach or is that the players?
Well, that we can debate all night. I don't think, and they were he was under duress. Let's face it, with the COVIDs and all that stuff. I'm not making excuses for him, but these are factors, But I don't know about you guys, and I don't know about you, Jim, but I really don't have any enthusiasms about this season. Like, I like watching hockey, but I feel like I have no expectations.
Right.
I feel like it's the same team. We just added some grit.
Right. I had a better feeling going into last season than I do this season.
So, yeah, like I don't know why.
Fired JD.
What?
They fired my boy.
They fired your man.
Fired my man.
But at the point where we got to get over it.
I'm sick of listening to the new GM talk about doing this and doing that in the right way and the right players and the bet. But go fucking prove it. I'm tired of it. The talk is cheap, and that's all this organization does is talk. It's all they do. We're gonna get tougher. We're gonna play the right way. Fuck you. Go do it. Go do it.
And the slogans, remember the past, forget the future. What was that stupid thing? Resilience. Fuck you.
What's the thing they got this year now? Join the movement? Yeah, I have a movement every fucking time I watch this team play.
Exactly. Stop with the fucking promotional propaganda.
Right.
Do something.
Right.
Make me happy.
Right.
And again, I think they've got some potential, but really the forwards, there's got to be a breakout forward this year. There's got to be the Capo Caco come to Jesus moment. There's got to be a Lafreniere. I got to see Filipino. He has another mediocre year. I'm sorry. I don't care if you're 8 years old and you played 4 years with the Rangers. You got to go. Like, at time, I don't know. I mean, I feel like everybody's got the pieces to the puzzle, but the Rangers don't. They just.
Why is there always somebody who's got to say it was one game? Calm down. Who the fuck's excited? Get over it. Relax. We're calm.
I just told you it doesn't mean anything.
Nobody's getting all worked up.
We're talking about our feelings going into the season. That's what we're talking about. It doesn't have to do with yesterday's game. I mean, that game means nothing. It was just an evaluation.
I'll let you know when I need to be calmed down.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not.
I'm fine. I'm just telling you, I have no expectations and very little reason for optimism right now. Go prove it on the ice.
Calm down, Jim.
Oh, I know. Talk to me when you get out of last place. Talk to me when you have more wins than the Seattle Kraken.
Well, again, it could happen if the young guys have to really. We know Panarin's going to be Panarin. We know that Zibby and Kreider and these guys will contribute. Who's paying $65 for what?
Who knows?
The Craig
switching topics for a moment here.
Oh, okay.
Eddie, have you seen the Rangers have officially announced when Henrik Lundqvist's number will be retired?
Yeah, I saw that.
It will be January 28th against the Minnesota Wild, so that his buddy Zook can be there. And let's do a quick check. The numbers were running rampant. And
they're going for big bucks. Let's see how much money. Sold out. Yeesh, capiche. $700 a ticket. 666. Yeah, but see, the thing is, you buy the ticket, you see the ceremony, then you got to see Kirill Kaprizov fucking score 5 goals against them. Then you got to watch that game. See, I'm so negative.
But I think I'm sure they're pretty high. Jen sent me a screenshot earlier. I don't know where that was from. Hold on, let me see if I can find it here. This was from, I don't know where this is from. Is this from Ticketmaster? Oh no, this was from StubHub earlier. $10,000 a ticket.
What?
Club platinum seats, but somebody must have bought them because they're gone. They're gone. Somebody bought them.
Costa
bought them. Cashed in all his Star Wars toys.
There's all his green stamps.
The green
stamps.
That's a good one.
That's an old one.
Green stamps.
Oh boy,
for what? I don't know. You pay $10,000 for a ticket. He better be walking around giving you a handy or a blowy at the end of the night.
This is gonna sound terrible, but as I get older, the sentimentality, it's just not there to go see a guy get honored. Like, I mean, the guy was the greatest goalie in Ranger history. There's no doubt about it. Maybe I should go and see him.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. But I don't want to spend money to see him. I don't want to spend that kind of money to see him.
Right.
But there are Ranger fans that like to be seen at these events, and you know who they are, and that they like to be at every, to say, I was there. I was there. I watch it on TV.
Here I am in my seats.
Yes. And I will watch it from TV, probably shed a tear, maybe.
We met Patrick Nemeth on the way in.
I know where he goes in.
Right. He doesn't come in this door. He comes in on the 5:20 train.
Me and John Thomas are in agreement.
It's too early for him.
Yeah. I just it's not my thing. Maybe if I was younger, and and again, this sounds bad. If they would have won a cup, maybe I would be like with Henrik. I might be more inclined, but I don't think I would be.
Let me ask you a question. I'll pose it since you brought this up, because I was thinking about this today. When you were a kid growing up, you watched the Jets and you watched the Mets and you watched the Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
And you always had a favorite player, right? Whether it was Keith Hernandez or, I don't know, Lance Mel or, whoever. You had a favorite player. Does that change as you get older, that you don't really have a favorite anymore? Is that something just for younger fans? I mean, because now I don't have a favorite Giant. I don't have a favorite Met. I don't have a favorite Ranger. I just
right.
It's just nothing but losing.
Well, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to find a Jet guy. Let's face it. Who can you go with?
But I mean, is that something just for? Is that
for
something you kind of grow out of? I mean, I don't really have. I mean, there are guys on this team that I like, but there's nobody that.
The business has changed.
Is that?
Yeah, because we're not stuck with like Ron Hodges for like 15 years. Like, players move.
Ron Hodges.
I mean, like a guy who just hang on the team, and you just, I like that guy.
Tim Foley. Now
Crapel.
batting for the Mets. Tim
Ed
Foley.
Crapel's in the Mets Hall of Fame. The guy's terrible. Yeah, terrible.
15-year Met. It wasn't terrible.
It was terrible, but I'm
Middle of
saying,
the road.
Middle of the road. But
Middle
he's
of the
in
road.
Mets Hall of Fame basically because he was on the Mets for 15 years.
Right. Beloved. But he also played on the 69 team.
Right.
When you win that, when you win a championship, especially in New York, it really doesn't matter. When you win, like Mike Keenan told the team, you win Game 7, you walk together forever, and I think that goes with the fans too. It doesn't. If the team wins a championship, it doesn't matter if it was the fourth line guy or the first line guy. You always have an affinity for those guys that you win championships. But I don't know. Do I really? Oh God, I gotta be there. Brandon, do I have to go? Brandon Dubinsky's gonna be outside the arena tonight. Do I have to go running over to the Garden?
I don't know.
Mike Silver says we grow out of it. Is that another thing we gotta let go of when we get older? Jim has guys on the team.
But you know what though? Like,
but not guys that likes.
How about musicians? Would you say I feel like I geek out more meeting musicians than Ranger players. Although I'm not total fanboy, but I'll make special trips to see my favorite musicians.
It's
would you geek out if you met Bruce?
Probably not as much as I would have maybe 20 years ago.
And I know Sean McCaff's a big Barbra Streisand fan.
Right.
Sean, would you geek out if you met Babs?
Barbra Streisand. He dedicated his book to her. If you have not gotten Sean McCaff's book yet, get your fucking ass on Amazon and buy it. It's terrific. And we're in it, in the acknowledgments.
Yes, I did meet Greg Hawkes. Great guy. But I didn't geek out about him. I just started ordering him around. I was like, Greg, do your Greg Hawkes pose. Where he puts his hand behind his back like this. He did everything I told him. Oh, anyway, I digress. So,
all right.
Is there any current Ranger that I root for Adam Fox? I either like young guy. Oh, this is gonna come out wrong. I like young guys, young boys. I like young guys.
Here it comes.
Here it comes. I like young guys and I like gritty guys.
Sausage in one hand.
No,
sausage in one hand.
I root for the young guys, and I got an affinity for the grinders.
Of course, Marion Gaborik missed the last game because of a groin problem. This was Marion Gaborik in tonight's pregame warm-up, stretching out, trying to get loose, checking out those groins,
checking out those groins.
I know you had more than one, Joe.
Don Cordoza says I would rather meet Billy Joel than say Panarin's. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I would. So I don't have any, and like the Jets, come on, you gotta go. I gotta go to me and Mekhi Becton go to a buffet. I don't really, I don't have any Jets.
He might give you a run for your money at a buffet.
Yeah, I know. Me and him go toe to toe. I mean, I used to like Abdul Salam, but there's no Jet I could. Maybe Wayne Corbett. Remember that guy?
Sure.
He was a gamer. He had but I don't even know if he knows his own name. He had 10 concussions now.
Right.
After. Yeah, I don't get that invested. McDonough I really liked, because I got his jersey. That means something.
Right.
The oldest joke in the book, Patty Duke. Yes. So I don't know. I'll watch it from TV. I might get a little choked up. I doubt it because you know what's going to happen. I'm just going to think of all the negative stuff that surrounded Henrik. The salary, the albatross around the neck. Why am I getting choked up for a guy who makes $9 million a year? He's going to be a model. He's going to get some cushy job. And what about Jim? What about Mike from Houston? Barely scraping by to win the game of life. And I got to set a motion to a multi-millionaire Swedish fish who complained, who threw the Rangers defense under the bus when he couldn't play goal anymore. Is that what I got? That's what I would remember. All the negative stuff, not all the positive stuff.
I don't think I'll shed a tear, but I don't think I'll remember I'll focus on the positive.
There'll be a nice package of all the saves he made.
Well, you are a nice package.
You brought
You
that
are-
in. I
you
didn't
are-
think
you
about
are-
that, but they'll
You
have a
are
nice-
really on
I'll
quite
go
the
gay.
right.
Not that there's nothing
Right.
there's nothing wrong
It's-
with that, but
Right, of course not. It's Pride Night here.
so I mean, so these tickets are going and listen, if you can afford it, God bless you. If you can't afford it, you're a fool. That's where I look at it.
Ed Kranepool, a lifetime 261 hitter, 118 home runs.
And he bitched about not being in the Mets Hall of Fame earlier. Ed Drainpool.
I'll tell you a funny story. The great Dan Murphy and I used to work every year. We volunteered at the Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital in Hollywood, Florida. Would have a celebrity auction, and there would be all kinds of old baseball players at this thing, and they'd auction off all kinds of sports memorabilia. And several members of the '69 Mets would come every year, including Ed Kranepool. And we would laugh because Ed Kranepool, every time you saw him the entire night, he was eating, shoving hot dogs in his mouth, hamburger walking by. I just think he was there for the food. Very, very nice guy. Very nice guy. We would work a table and you'd have like the memorabilia in front of you, and somebody'd have to come. It was a silent auction, I think, and somebody'd have to come make a bid. But yeah, we got to meet quite a few of the '69 Mets. But Ed Kranepool was funny because he never stopped eating.
I mean, he wasn't getting fed at home, and that was the reason.
Right.
Maybe the Mets Hall of Fame has a lot of dinners. That's why he was complaining about not being in it.
We met Mickey Rivers. Mickey Rivers was one of my favorite athlete encounters of all time. He was funny as hell.
My father used to see him at Roosevelt Raceway.
Oh, yeah.
He was a degenerate gambler.
Yeah, his wife used to go into the Yankee Stadium to collect his paycheck because he'd spend it all on the horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Roosevelt Raceway.
This one year that we were there, Mickey Rivers was there and Oscar Gamble was there. And we were talking to Mickey Rivers. And I said, it's funny that you and Oscar Gamble are both here because you guys were traded for each other, right? And Mickey Rivers goes, let me tell you a story. He goes, one day I'm in the back of the team bus with a young girl. And he said, well, I think he meant like, I don't think he meant illegal. He just said young girl. Cause of course now Mickey at this point was like 75 years old.
Right.
I'm in the back of the bus with a young girl. George Steinbrenner to find out about it. And the next day I was traded for Oscar Gamble. I believe it was Texas he was traded to.
Yeah.
So it was funny.
Yeah, it's a thing when you meet people. I just think I think we've grown out of it. I think
Is that what it is?
I'm not really excited. I'm more if I met somebody from '94, I'd probably be more excited. Leach, I think I would be definitely excited.
Oh yeah.
But when you meet these people, what are you gonna say that they haven't heard 1,000 times before?
Right.
That's how I always feel.
Right.
I feel
especially now it's 30 years later. They've heard it all.
Thanks for '94.
Right. Oh Christ, again.
Yeah.
Although Stefan Matteau has made a career out of it.
Yes.
His complete post-playing career was made by those 2 goals he scored.
All right. So did you see any panicking on the internet over this loss, this 4-0 loss?
No, I stayed off. I'm on Twitter very little these days. I was on it a little bit during the Giants game, just reading some of the misery there. But my Twitter these days is very, very limited. I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
Very negative.
It's the worst. It's the worst. It's
Very
coward.
toxic.
It's just cowards. People, just it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous the power we've given people by handing them that application.
The best thing is to tune out.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
doing the right thing. What about
Right.
you guys? Did you hear anybody going nuts? I always like to hear these tales of nuts, crazies on TikTok or whatever platforms.
MySpace.
Which is still up, which is so weird.
Is it?
Yeah. I went to check on one of my celebrity friends, and his page was still up. All right. So we got that take. Now you have teased me, my friend, with a clip of our favorite duo.
Oh, well, now you've built it up. I think you're going to be disappointed.
Oh.
But I mean, it's just funny. It's just here it is.
Let's go Rangers! What's up?
That's all. That's all it
That's
was.
it?
Yeah, it just said I had a new
could
clip.
say Rangers, that guy.
Right. Let's go Rangers.
Let's go Rangers! What's up?
I was scanning through their videos today. They are on YouTube every day for 3 to 4 hours a day watching baseball on YouTube. The only thing I could think of that is more boring than watching baseball's boring. I'm sorry. The longer these games get, the worse it gets. Could you imagine just staring at somebody on YouTube, watching them tell you what's going on, and badly?
I think there are a lot of
Hey
lonely,
guys!
I think there are a lot of lonely people out there.
This is for all the lonely people.
That just want a friend to watch a game with and to listen to these two bozos watch the game with them. I don't know. So Rangers will be playing Boston tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow evening.
Now we're gonna get different guys in here, right? We're gonna take a look at.
I have not seen. They didn't announce yesterday's lineup until early afternoon.
Well, I'm gonna just hazard to guess. We're gonna see the great Sammy Blaze. We're gonna see the great Johnny Brodzinski. The puck goes Inski, Johnny Brodzinski.
Is he still with the team?
I think so.
Johnny Brodzinski. The puck never goes in.
The puck never goes Inski. We got what we got.
Oh yeah, he's with Hartford. Yep.
Oh, so he's out of the equation.
Well, I mean, it says I don't know if he's up with the team.
Could somebody confirm or deny that? Because I'm going to go through like 45. Is Tim Gettinger still here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, we know Gettinger's MO. Big guy, kind of a project. Let's take a look at him. How about this Anthony Greco? The Greco-Roman guy.
Greco.
Oh, I know.
You're pulling out some names here.
Listen, I've got to cover all bases here. I want information on every player of the organization.
Also, still from Queens. Also, still listed as a member of the Hartford Wolfpack.
How about
27 years old? So obviously, he's just a 4A guy. He's a Victor Diaz.
Okay. What about Patrick Kodorenko?
Oh, he's the guy they signed. Yes.
He's a center iceman, number 82.
Let's see. I don't know. I think I read that he was in camp with them.
Okay, and here's the one I know.
Also got 22 games with the Hartford Wolfpack last year.
Now, the horse face killer, Greg McKegg.
We're going to see him tomorrow night. Toughness.
That grit. Oh, God, is this guy bad? Why? Just don't know why. Okay. And let's see what else I'm going down. How about this guy? How do we pronounce this guy? Laurie Pujanemi? Am I saying that right, fans at home? Pujanemi? His name is Laurie. What was the other Laurie we had? Was Laurie Korpikowski.
Right, the Corpedo.
The Corpedo. Sammy was a good defensive player. Went to Arizona and was never heard from again.
Right. Paju Niemi, I guess. I don't know.
Puerto Rico is injured, according to Mike in Houston. Ryan Strome, we should see tomorrow.
Excellent.
You getting all hyped up for this? Well, we talked about Rempe being sent back to juniors, or was he went to Hartford?
Rempe was sent to
Ren and Stempy. Rempe.
Right. Oh, well, Kodorenko was also sent to the Wolfpack. I'm looking at the Rangers twinner here.
Oh, okay.
That when they trimmed the roster on the 26th, which I guess was yesterday, they sent a bunch of guys I've never even heard of back to their junior teams. Kodorenko, Sanchez were sent.
Mark
to
Sanchez is like
Mark
Tim Tebow. He's changing sports.
It's the Sanchez.
Oh God, that was the worst thing.
Rempe was sent to the WHL. Carl Henriksen was sent back to the Thunder from Frölunda.
Didn't he play last night?
He did. And he was immediately put on a plane to Sweden.
He didn't impress Gerard Gallant.
You've been here 4 hours. You go.
Oh, now.
You go now.
Okay. How about Justin Richards?
Justin Richards had made was making a little noise early in camp. I was reading some
a little
good
noise.
things
He's
about
5'10".
him.
I'm only kidding.
But he's tough. It's
He's
tough
tough?
5'10".
He's tough 5'10". Okay. Number 90 in your scorebook. Will he play tomorrow? We don't know.
Maybe. Justin Richards was up for one game last year, too.
Oh, okay. How about the great Ty Ronning?
God, he's in the
He was
ECHL,
drafted in
isn't he?
2016, round 7.
Yeah, he was a last round pick, and they made such a big deal out of him signing his contract. You remember that?
Yeah, he's Cliff Ronning's son. He's 5'9", 167. Please,
right?
We're supposed to be grit. What are you going to throw him at people? I mean, it's like dwarf or little people tossing.
Right.
I can't say that.
Say whatever you want.
All right. Okay, let's see what else we got. What the hell am I looking at? Oh, that's right. We got Kevin Rooney.
Yep.
Rooney, Skip Rooney.
Grit.
Yeah, he's got some grit. I don't hate Kevin Rooney.
I don't either. More grit.
One of the Rangers
did you see the Rangers brought in a former referee to help with the faceoffs?
Pierre Rasico.
Yes. To try and get them over that elusive 48%. Now that they've traded away their best faceoff guy.
Now, to me, that makes no sense. But I want to just say that I'm looking on the ESPN site from the box score from last night, and I've been getting these names from the roster that's listed on the game summary, and for some reason, underneath him, Kevin Rooney is Jeff Skinner. Now, did the Rangers get Jeff Skinner and me not know about it?
Are you sure it's Jeff Skinner and not Hunter Skinner?
It's probably they made the mistake and put Jeff Skinner in here.
Right.
Because I think we're over the cap if we got Jeff Skinner.
Right.
He's making like $10 million a year.
Right.
So it's probably Hunter Skinner.
Probably. It's one of the worst contracts in hockey now.
Yes. He had 7 goals last year.
So we
And
have
then
Costa and Kana here to speak to us, and they both came up at exactly the same time. So I'm going to let you choose who's first up tonight.
We got to
in
go
the-
with Costa right away. Costa came
the
to my show
Rogues
last night. Costa
Gallery.
is. We'll
All right.
go with Costa first, and then we'll go with the Sanity, and that is Matt Morello.
Hello, boys.
Hey,
What's up,
doing, buddy?
Costa?
Let me fix this shit. Fuck, there it goes. Ah.
I'm going to grab a bottle of water real quick.
Well, Costa, did you go to sleep last night, or did you watch the Rangers and go to sleep last night?
What did I do? Oh yeah, the E had a pay-per-view last night.
Oh,
I didn't watch that. I watched this guy who does a post game show or something. This guy is hilarious. Guy is the funny fuck.
what are you promoting? A Ranger game? Or a Ranger?
No.
A wrestling post.
Yeah, he has wrestling. He has a wrestling podcast.
Oh, okay. So did you watch the game at all?
No. Why?
Okay.
Preseason. I don't care.
You don't care. Rangers got humiliated by the Islanders. Costa confided in me yesterday that he will not be attending any Ranger Islander games at the IBS Arena.
Why is that?
Too much money. Now, I have no problems going to the UBS.
But instead, he bought that $10,000 ticket for Henrik night.
No fucking way he was going to buy that ticket.
Yeah, you couldn't pay me enough for that.
He's going to be the only guy at the Henrik Lundqvist night with the Dan Blackburn jersey on. Same number, right?
Well, now that we got Coast, yeah.
No, he's 31.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, how can I forget the illustrious career of Dan Blackburn?
Playing with those two blockers.
Anyways.
All right, so what do you got to say?
What do I gotta say? Everybody needs to calm down. It's one preseason game. If this was the first game of the season, then maybe I would get a little upset. But this is preseason. Who gives a fuck? Who cares?
Say if
who's upset?
Jimmy.
Name. Yeah, I'm only upset because people are saying everybody needs to calm down.
Well, it's true. Everybody needs to calm the fuck
down.
down.
All worked up.
It just,
exactly. Who gives a fuck? It's only preseason.
The same
So
negative
why,
thing.
but why are you saying everybody needs to calm down? Who's upset? I keep hearing this.
I don't know. You're kind of projecting that.
Keep
your fucking discipline here now.
Yes. You sound like a broken MP3.
I watched it.
I watched the whole game.
And I watched the whole game.
I watched the whole game. I ain't sitting home listening to some wrestling podcast.
Okay. And what'd you think?
I
Did you
thought
listen
some
to the
guys
first
looked
hour
good,
of the
some
show?
guys-
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
I mean, did you listen to the show when we recapped it? You were here.
We talked about the game for the first
Sometimes
hour.
maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Right.
I mean, that's what it was. I saw a couple guys, the Potato, the Anthony Potato, Mr. Potato Head. You gotta get going. It's enough. I mean, there was some good bright spots. The young guys. I thought Lafreniere really tried to take a lot of shots last night, which I was good to see. I think he looks like he wants to impress the new coach. But from Gallant, I didn't see much. I mean, it's only game one. Like I said, not getting upset. But when we say stuff that's negative towards the Rangers, it gets twisted into we're angry.
Yeah.
We've been saying these negative things all off season. It had nothing to do with the game yesterday.
I haven't been angry at the Rangers in 6 years.
Come on. I think you're lying on that.
Not angry. Not really.
Not
angry.
throwing shit? When was I through
that's
shit?
not angry. That's pissed.
There's a big difference.
There's a difference.
Between that, right?
Anger is just is.
Oh, I get pissed. Oh, I get pissed.
He gets crazy.
Anger is losing the game 7 2-0 on your home ice. That's anger.
Yeah, that was anger.
So what's the difference between anger and pissed?
Because the difference,
Anger
pissed
lingers.
only lasts about 12 hours.
Yeah.
Anger lasts a long time. A long time.
Yeah, piss for me.
Anger is damn near forever, my friend.
Okay.
Anything that's like paper towels or my hat gets thrown at the TV, that's pissed. You gotta be. So he says, "You gotta be fucking kidding me," and then I throw something.
That's one of my favorite
me. I'm
phrases.
like,
you gotta be fucking shitting me.
That's exactly what I say every time. And it literally 3 minutes into the game, I was saying, "Shut up" to Micheletti. Shut up, Joe. Shut up, Joe. Shut up, Joe. Then it was shut up, Sam. But these guys just shut up. They annoy me more than the Rangers. The Rangers
got to breathe, guys. Let the game breathe.
Oh, they were going down the Islander roster player by player last night, telling you every player's roster situation. Who's got a guaranteed spot? What spots are open? This guy's coming here. Who's coming? Honestly, who's going?
Why do you think they do that? Honestly.
Honestly, what?
Why do you think they do that? Why do you think they? What's with the fucking fawning over the Island players? Why do you think they do it?
It's all MSG product.
Are they ordered to do it or what?
It's all MSG product. Oh, speaking of MSG product, how do you like the new sponsor on the helmets? By the way,
stupid.
Who is it?
Stupid.
Benjamin Moore Paints.
Are you kidding me?
Fucking paint. Yeah. Oh, I was laughing.
Chase.
Does this organization need money that bad?
Good. Chase was a good spot. It's short. It looks good on the helmet.
It looks somewhat natural on the helmet. This is a big Benjamin Moore logo on the side of the helmet.
You might as well put fucking Dutch boy paints up there with the Dutch boy.
That would have been great.
Yeah, you like that.
Right.
It looks stupid, Costa. Trust me.
Just because the Dutch boy would have pissed somebody off.
He's not Dutch.
And what's the sponsor on the jersey?
Scandinavian propaganda.
He's from Denmark.
What's the sponsor on the jersey? Chase?
No, Dave and Buster's.
Really?
Whataburger.
Pornhub.
Comac Motorin.
I don't know. When did the Benjamin Moore become a major player? Chase, at least they're a bank. They got all the money.
And I mean, at Chase, they're a big sponsor of the Rangers. I mean,
the Chase Bridge. What's the
bridge?
Benjamin Moore Bridge now?
I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know.
That's a good point. You brought up that stupid thing.
Benjamin Moore Paints, and it's last year I made fun of the Flyers because they had this big logo on the side of their helmets, and I forget the name of the company, but it was just so big.
Wells Fargo?
No, it wasn't Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo? No, it wasn't Wells Fargo. It was like initials for something. But I don't even know what company it was. And I made fun of them because it was so big and obtrusive looking, and now the Rangers are exactly the same.
Well, Howie's reporting that the fucking Caps, what do they have? I had it. Brawny paper towels.
Paper towels.
That's what the Rangers should get, brawny, because they got trying to get tough.
Trying to get tougher, right? Or hefty garbage.
Hefty.
Wimpy. Hefty, wimpy.
Howie said it was Caesar's Sportsbook.
What?
Yep.
Let's just make it apparent. We're just
totally grooming a generation of degenerate gamblers. Completely.
I don't care.
Oh, no, I don't care. Of course not.
And now I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but I'm just going to say it. I mean, I feel so like I'm jealous of other franchises that really care about their fans. And I don't know how many there are out there. I wouldn't know because I'm a Ranger fan. The Ranger organization doesn't give a fuck about the Ranger fan.
No.
And we all know why. We don't have to go down because the fans still come no matter what. The tourists still buy the seats. The rich people still buy the seats.
Cunts.
Yep. And there are people that can spend this kind of money and sell off their other tickets for other games.
and they're part of this group too. We don't need to bring back the
listen,
names.
this is America, and you can do what you want with your money.
But don't complain when the team sucks or loses. Don't complain about it. But they do. That's the problem.
Well, you pay good money, you're allowed to bitch, I think.
Well, when you don't give them money, that's a statement in itself.
Well, yeah, and you can take some pride in that. But I don't know how good could the Rangers be that I would want to pay for season tickets. They would have, even if they won like 3 Stanley Cups in a row, I wouldn't pay that money. So that gets me out of
Imagine how much tickets would be if they won Stanley.
Exactly. How much the merch would be if they were winning. They never give the consumer and the fans a break. They
haven't made the playoffs in 5 years. Look how expensive the tickets are.
They just continually bend them over, and it's an endless supply of people who want to watch these games.
And the arena sucks now.
The arena sucks. But let's talk turkey here. Let's talk real. The Nassau Mausoleum is a 50 times better place for a fan to go to a game.
In terms of atmosphere, sure.
Yeah.
The dump, right? The dump in friggin' in Hempstead, right?
Right. You heard
really? You think that's a better hockey arena than the God?
They're banging on the glass.
If you even breathe on the glass wrong and at the Garden, they throw your ass out.
You're not even on the glass. When was the last time you saw a guy with a sign on the glass, pressing it against the glass, or banging on the glass? No, they turn around, they wave to the fucking camera so they can get on camera. It's like, dude, everybody's been on TV already. It's not really a big fucking deal. Huh? Jimmy's doing the selfie. Jim's doing the selfie.
Down by the glass.
Down by the glass, doing the selfie. Yeah, exactly. And
well, I might go to the Garden for every year. There's a college game on. I'll go to that game.
I know you said that's pretty raucous.
Those games are fun because it's all alumni. It's all students and alumni that go to those games.
And I've been to playoff games where the Garden after the renovation's been pretty loud, but never loud pre-renovations, not even close. And pre-corporate redoing in front of the good seats in the old days when you could pound on the glass, the days when the Bruins went into the stands before they extended the glass.
The old blue seats where it was
calamity.
Yeah,
it was going to be riots. There were fights.
But now everything is pasteurized, homogenized, and sanitized for your protection.
That's right. That's what it is. And I hope that the IBS Arena is not like the Coliseum. But from the outside,
what do you mean?
As far as the fans being really on top of you, and I will agree the sight lines at the Coliseum were good, even though it was an asbestos-filled claptrap. You don't know what's gonna fall on you at the mausoleum, but this new arena looks good. And listen, this is a hard thing, and maybe the Islanders are probably the best. They're as good. I wouldn't say as good, but they in like 30 years since the 80s. And it's a tough pill to swallow as a Ranger fan. I mean, I don't get focused on them, but
they've been a laughing stock for fucking years after the 4-cup run.
Yeah,
they've been horrible.
They've been a joke.
Yeah,
and now everything is the Islanders. They only gave
up. But again, it's okay. You made the Final Four last year. Let's see what you can do this year. Because here's the thing: if once they start sucking, they're gonna crawl right back into the fucking woodwork.
Okay, Alex says the PMS Arena won't be like the Mausoleum. They'll price out the average fan. Yeah. Well, that's true, and that goes to Costa's point. If they don't play well, who's going to pay those prices?
Right.
because I don't think they have an endless supply like the Rangers have. The Rangers, people buy, they come into town, they want to see a Ranger game. People in root for other teams, they make a weekend of it. They come into New York, they watch their team, they whatever.
Like there's a lot of Canadiens fans come in.
Yeah.
A lot of Maple Leafs fans come, you know.
They infiltrate big time.
And we infiltrate everywhere.
Yeah, we do. We still show up everywhere.
I mean, you go to Carolina. Look how many Rangers fans are on for a Carolina game, or a Panthers game, or a Lightning game. You know, or those bums in Arizona. Those fucking bums. Ugh. Yeah. You think they're gonna move? Do you think they're gonna move after what's happening? That they canceled the lease after this season.
I haven't been keeping track of that story, to be honest with you. I know that they canceled the lease. I mean, it seems like we talk about this every year with Arizona. It's a fucking doomed franchise. I don't know. Jimmy, you have any thoughts on this at all? No. Okay.
I think so.
It hasn't been. It's been a sinking ship for 15 years, and I don't understand why the NHL is so stubborn about it. Anyway.
Yeah, what do the Devils tickets go for? Connor is asking.
Their tickets, I don't think.
Are they reasonable?
I don't think their tickets are all that cheap either.
Maybe it's just the times. The times. You would think they would lower the ticket prices with the COVID and everything going around, because a lot of people don't want to go out in crowds.
Let me see. Trying to find the Ranger game here.
$29 for the Capitals.
Costa, we're going to Newark.
33 for the Sabres. 29 for the Flames.
Where though? I mean, I don't want to be in the nosebleeds.
Rangers at Devils in March. Tickets are $59 on StubHub.
That's not bad at all.
$60 for the game in April. But I mean, like Devils tickets, like if you want to go see them play Ottawa, if you just want to go to a hockey game on a Tuesday night, the tickets are $14.
Wow.
But you know, Ranger fans.
I think the only games that they're going to be expensive for are the Rangers and maybe the Flyers.
Right.
Flyers at Devils, Sunday, November 28th, $40.
That's nothing.
Seattle Kraken.
That's Costa's Wendy's order.
Tuesday.
I'm only kidding. We can joke because, you know.
That doesn't include Frosties.
Yes.
Seattle Kraken at Devils, Tuesday, October 19th, $31.
Yeah, 43 on fucking 43 on SeatGeek.
Is that SeatGeek or fucking SeatGeek? Because those are two different places.
Yeah, it's two different places.
Fucking SeatGeek, the tickets are $50. On SeatGeek, they're $48.
On fucking SeatGeek is sponsoring the Wild.
Right.
On the helmet.
Fucking SeatGeek, right on the helmet. Yep.
It's on the Wild.
It's the it's now, and MSG now has the fucking SeatGeek bridge.
Fucking SeatGeek bridge.
We're gonna put Al Troutwig up on the fucking SeatGeek.
Where is he? Where is he?
The fucking SeatGeek bridge.
This guy is like that Kevin Laundry or whatever that guy's name is. They can't find Troutwig.
Right.
Let's put a search out in the Everglades.
He's with Michael Sauer.
Put him on a milk carton.
I mean, where's Troutwig?
You know he's the end is nigh for him, so they got to keep it on the QT. You know,
okay.
That's my guess. The end is
Maybe
nigh.
Say like best way, like Giannone opened yesterday's show. No mention of Al Troutwig, who's done that job for like 15 years. Nothing. We'd like to just say, look, Al's retired. Nothing. We had to wait to the third period.
This is going to be an recurring bit. This is going to be a new fucking bit.
We can have like a Where's Waldo? It's like, where's Al? I mean, really.
Oh God.
Where is Al Troutwig? And then we should like put his picture like in front of like he's in Paris. with those bad teeth.
All
I
right,
don't
Coach,
know.
anything else?
No. Let's bring Con in because we got to wrap it up.
All right, we're bringing in Matt in.
Oh, all right. Well,
Until
we'll
next
wrap it up.
time.
Toodles.
Ciao.
Toodles. Just gloss over these things. I mean, Kano, I thought it was Matt. It's Kano.
I was preparing for Matt. Whoops. Shit.
No problem. What's
Yes.
going on, Kano? Where's Al Troutwig this week?
I'm hearing from an anonymous source that i.e. Blueshirt Barbecue and every other blog that he is currently and Matt also told me that he is currently passed out in the Comac Motor Inn with Matt Barnaby after a long cocaine and booze run.
Wow.
Yes.
So
supposedly after about 3 lines, his teeth actually got straighter.
Let me ask you something. Are you
Okay.
calm? The Rangers lost 4-0. Are you calm?
I mean, look, I'll just break it down for you. I think we're got shit to bet this season. So you know what? It's all uphill from here or downhill from here. So
Well, I think there are a lot of Ranger fans, and I'm going to say this, that think the changes are good.
I don't agree.
I don't agree either, but there are a lot of people who hated Quinn, who thought the process of rebuilding was going way too slow. Now, I know I didn't believe that. I don't think Jim believed that. I don't think you believe that.
Okay.
But there are a lot of people I mean, isn't it a possibility that the Rangers could be better? I mean, adding some players and having a different coach?
That's a very pedestrian take, shall we say? But look, I mean, it's not to say we didn't make moves. I'm fine with adding Barkley, Goudreau to the bottom 6. I think that was smart. I'm not comfortable with paying 6 years for a bottom 6 guy. And, you know, plenty of the pedestrian people will say, oh, well, the Penguins did it for Brandon Tanev, and look how that turned out. But that's one possible example out of plenty of examples that didn't work. I think I still have no understanding as to why we traded for Ryan Reeves. And, like, I get we're supposed to be this super gritty team, but, like, you can't point to me a team that is full of grit that has actually been successful. I mean, look at the Canucks of the last decade. They were full of grit and character, and they've gone nowhere.
Okay.
What would you say? The Islanders are full of grit?
I have no idea what the Islanders are full of. I think they're full of depth, and I think that we were kind of looking to go that way because of the fact that it was always our bottom 6 that killed us against their bottom 6, because they had a bottom 6 that was actually successful. Now, don't get me wrong. I at least like some of the moves we made on the bottom 6 with Goudreau. I understand, you know, why we kept Rooney instead of Blackwell. I have hopes for Morgan Barron that we get to see plenty of Morgan Barron this year, but at the same time, like I think that in spite of additions in depth, I think that we still set ourselves back because we didn't address the top 6, which is something we needed to do.
That's really a really good point. And losing Buchnevich and the whole thing didn't really help as far as the top 6 goes.
I mean, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I mean, I can understand why we had to let go of Buchnevich, considering the fact that he was an RFA and we were going to have to pay him immensely. And I'm sure that a big reason why we didn't pay him is because he would have been asking for a no movement clause, and God knows the Rangers hand out no movement clauses in the same way that Madonna hands out STDs. But
whoa! Yeah,
wow.
Very good.
But you know, I mean, God knows we're already going to have to deal with an infamous NMC when we negotiate with Zibanejad, who, I mean, you know, one reason why I'm pessimistic is because of the fact that the Rangers have a noose around their neck, and who's holding the rope? Mika Zibanejad. because he is an unrestricted free agent after this season, going into a contract year, and we don't have center depth outside of him.
Yeah, some good points there, Connor. I really, it's true. I know I think we're hanging our hats on, and I said that opening the broadcast, is that Lafreniere, and I saw people, I forgot who it was, predicted that Kako would have 25, 30 goals. I hope to God that's true. I hope that these guys flourish. But and last night, Micheletti was talking about, well, sometimes it takes 5-6 years. I don't think the Rangers can wait 5 or 6 years. These are a number 1 pick overall, and a number 2. I don't want them to turn into fucking Pavel Zakas or, like these guys that are just, they can play, but they're not impact players. These Rangers go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm done.
If it's going to take 5 or 6 years, then it's going to be on the next coach, because coaches for the Rangers don't last 4 years.
Right.
So we might as well just start looking ahead to who's the next coach going to be.
Yeah.
Somebody like David Quinn who can work with younger players.
He'll still be under contract probably in a couple of years.
Don't get me wrong. I had no problem with the firing of David Quinn. In fact, that was the only firing that I could actually understand. I still have no idea why we let the guys above him go, but that's water under the bridge at this point. But Gallant, considering his past tenures, seems like he's a guy who can work with both the veterans and the kids, especially considering the fact that we drafted these kids, Lafreniere and Kravtsov and Kakko, to give them first and second line minutes. I don't know if we've necessarily seen that thus far, and I'm hoping that we see it this year. But at the same time, I don't know how some of these people are saying, this is going to be a playoff team, and expecting, unless we see miracles out of these guys, and unless we see Panarin being Panarin and Ryan Strome having another career year and Hedl, playing like he deserves to be on the second or third line, I don't know how we get there.
Well, circling back to the grittiness of the New York Islanders, wouldn't you say that Barry Trotz has a system in place similar to what he had in Nashville, where you just limit the opportunities and get timely goal scoring? Because if you think about it, the Islanders don't have super firepower. They have Barzell, Anders Lee when he's healthy. They have the whole team kind of plays that system. They have a power play that stinks, and they're trying to repair it this year. They got rid of Nick Leddy, or Nick Leddy signed somewhere else. And so I feel like it's more of a system. Maybe the Rangers can get into a system where they're, there's a lot less movement on the ice for the opposition. But the thing is, the Rangers are kind of not built that way by default because of the first round picks and the goal scoring. Can you turn Kakko into a two-way forward that could score? Can you turn? I mean, that's what I think that. As well as the grit, the toughness, which was the cry of the Ranger fan, was sick and tired of getting. But can you really do that with this lineup, or do you really you've got to just let the guys play? I don't know. That's why I don't have that much. Again, don't tell me to calm down, but I'm not so anxious about going into the season. I feel like I don't know.
I mean, Eddie, I see your point with the whole system thing. The problem is that we had a system and we just hit the reset button on it, with firing Quinn and firing basically all of his underlings. That's another spot where I, don't necessarily agree with. I don't see why we got rid of someone like Jacques Martin when it was clear that our defense was making strides under his tenure. Why would you, blow up something like that? And, systems do not come up overnight. You look at Barry Trotz's hiring, the Islanders in 2019 were not the Islanders of the pandemic and the Islanders of of last year. Systems take time to develop. And I think that, the problem with Jim Dolan and with, our drunken Sather and Chris Drury is they've lost patience. They don't have the understanding that this is not a one-year plan. It's going to take 2 or 3 years for this Rangers team to actually show results. And that goes to show why I'm not super optimistic, if optimistic at all, about this year. I mean, I'm optimistic about having hockey back, but the optimism stops there.
There you have it.
All right, Connor, very good call, man. This is maybe
Good
your
call
best
today.
call ever. I got to say, this is your best call. First of all, the lighting is excellent.
The Wi-Fi signal's excellent.
The Wi-Fi, your signal that you're getting and you're stealing, is fantastic.
Well, I would just like to take a moment to bless the lives of all the chipmunks who I killed to get on the treadmills to make this Wi-Fi work.
Yes.
All right, Connor, we'll talk to you next time.
Take care, my
Until
friend.
next time, and also less than a month, the first viewing party. Let's make it a rager.
Okay.
Yep, you missed the announcement. Rescheduled for November 20th.
Well, 2 months later, that'll give me that much time to save up for when I pass out on Slattery's floor.
All right. Take care, Connor. Good night.
Take care.
Take care.
All right. Let's see. What's up,
There
Matt?
it is, the great Matt Morello.
Oh, hold on. What's up, Matt?
Hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep, we can hear you.
It's been a little while, guys. What's up?
Yeah, it's been a minute, as they say these days.
Jim, I had the displeasure of being at MetLife yesterday.
Oh boy.
Well, I'm the idiot that bought season tickets. So
you have season tickets.
I gotta say, they are so desperate to get people in now that, let's say 10 years ago when that building opened, they priced everybody out. Now it's almost to where they're just begging you to go in. So it was a really good deal. So my dad and I were like, all right, let's do it. We were all excited because we didn't go to the first game of the year because it was 4:25 starts. We sold that one. Eli's ceremony, we were all 10 minutes in, everybody was furious and pissed.
Oh yeah.
And by the way, when they say Mara got booed, he got booed. There were people literally screaming that he should kill himself, and I'm not making a joke.
A little bit of an overreaction.
Costa was at the game?
Costa was at the game.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you could hear it on TV as soon as he got up, he was getting booed.
And then Eli tried to.
I was fumfering around on StubHub the other day, and it came up that there were tickets available for $70 for that game yesterday, and I'm like, wow, that's
meanwhile
really not
the
very
parking
expensive.
the parking pass was $200, like within 2 or 3 days before the game, which I don't understand what the point in that was. But
is it really that? Is it always that much to park?
No, which made no sense.
Is it? Do you have to have a parking pass ahead of time, or can you just show up and pay for parking? Like
you have to buy it beforehand. So if you're a season ticket holder, you pay for it, but it's built into your price. If not, you not only have to buy it, but everything else is a mobile code. With the exception of the parking pass, you have to physically print it out, which makes no sense. But yeah, that was not a happy place. Then again, the Garden's not a happy place to go to. So what difference does it make what game you go to? I agree with you. That whole thing you were talking about with Costa, which fan base doesn't shit on them. The Maple Leafs, from what I've heard, and I guess our friend over there in the bunker, Cutter, can tell you, I heard are almost as bad as the Rangers, if not worse. The Canadians do the same thing because just like us, they don't have to make things nice. They can just do whatever they want and they still get people to show up.
He was on hold, literally giving you the double bird when you were talking about
what the fuck are you gonna do?
Have some fucking table salt.
He's throwing salt around his room.
And he's throwing
salt. I was trying to aim for my webcam.
He's throwing salt.
How'd that work?
Who's gonna clean that up? What are the cats gonna lick that up?
Don't worry, I have a vacuum.
What? He didn't say anything bad about Toronto.
Yes, he did.
Said the Maple Leafs treat their fans badly.
Yeah, I know they overprice us, but like still,
Well,
I mean, we're trying.
60 years without a cup is pretty shitty way to treat your fans.
I agree.
Go ahead.
I really do.
Go ahead, give me the bird.
No, I'll give you some table salt, Jim, for your Giants.
Yeah, give him some table salt. More. That's it. More.
What the?
I love it.
He's just trying to get him
This
to
is
make
a man right here.
And here's some table salt for the Jets. Eddie.
Is that Walmart salt?
God. Salt in the wound.
Great value. Yeah, you're right. It is
Walmart's
Good job.
salt.
No,
Cutter
it's
is
from
salty.
Canadian
Yes, I am.
Staples.
I am
Man,
salty.
Cutter is very salty.
Just
I am
steal that.
salty, yeah.
Just steal that salt from work.
He works
No,
at a
I work
tire
at
place.
Tire, Dum-Dum.
He called you Dumbo. Wow.
The
Sorry,
ball.
I am salty.
Balls.
Good night, Cutter.
The unmitigated gall.
Hello.
Is that his
Dum-Dum.
shortest phone call ever?
No, I think he meant
Video call, I think it is.
Right.
Good luck cleaning all that salt off the fucking table. Wow, I just gotta say, wow.
What the fuck?
was that all about?
The fuck was that?
What difference? All I asked was, did you steal the salt from work? What difference does it make where you work? Anybody can have a box of salt.
He works at a tire place, Dumbo.
Dum-dum.
Nope, dumb.
He didn't respond to my joke when I said the Canadian Staples.
That was another one of his
12
fluky
interviews.
jobs.
He didn't remember. He didn't get that job. He had the 8 interviews and didn't get it.
Was he getting changed in the woods or something?
No, he didn't. He have to walk there or something, and he was sweating and like dripping a sweat before he got there.
Oh boy!
Why I know his whole like interview history.
Forget
from
that.
By the way, Josh Gimble has invited Cutter to his house, to his home, to watch a game together, and Cutter won't go.
Oh, Cutter, come on.
I have the question of
go.
why would Josh Gimble invite him to his house?
Well,
he was being nice.
To be
It'd be nice to have
No,
Cutter over.
not to be.
You know, he was going to throw a little. He was going to throw a little Kitchener viewing party for the two of
Yeah,
them.
well, but I wouldn't have him over now, Josh. The guy's throwing salt everywhere.
He said he would have. He'd buy Cutter's favorite beer, and so you got to get some of that rhubarb beer.
That rhubarb beer he was
Yeah, whatever it was.
That swill.
Yeah, and Cutter won't come to his house.
Wow. Come on. Put all your
What does
social
he have
phobias
that's better
aside.
to do?
He says Gimble has a kid. I can't do that to him. Do what? What are you going to do?
What are you gonna touch the kid? I mean, what are you
What-
doing? I don't
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Run around the house like O.J. Simpson with the kid as a football or something? I mean, what are you gonna do? You gonna do baby Finster, ups the baby, and throw him into the ceiling? I mean, what are you gonna do?
I like how he says, "I don't drink that stuff anymore." It's bad enough that you drank it to begin with. His whole
Right
stance
on
is, "I no
video,
longer."
where it's forever.
I don't know.
He's too busy making MMA tournament videos that no one watches, so he can't go to Gimble's house.
Right.
Well,
Josh said his kid goes to bed at like 6 o'clock at night. I mean, you could go over at 7. They'll sneak you in the back door and
You
watch
can
the
help
game.
him build a bunker down there, just like Cutter's apartment.
All right. So, Matt,
Anyway.
did you watch the game yesterday?
Like
Well,
the
you-
first 2 periods, and I honestly was watching it because, like Ed, like you and Jim, I'm obsessed with the broadcast, and the preseason is 100% perfect for it. Because who gives a shit about the game? They were in rare. Shut the fuck up, Jeff. Shut the fuck up. And you with the fucking soccer thing. Like, I'm supposed to believe you're a real soccer fan? Oh, how convenient. You like Ronaldo because he's... Shut the fuck up. Enough out of you. Your highlights are from everyone else shitting on you on this show. Remember that. Be grateful for all of us making fun of you.
Wow.
Wow.
The gloves are off.
I like it.
I've gone heel on Cutter now. Enough.
I like it. You're very Ryan Reeves-like.
And I'm not even a fan of Ryan Reeves being on the team, but fuck it.
Either am I. He's
But
30.
yeah, I watched it. Sam and I was waiting for the Weight Watcher shit with him.
They didn't hit
with
that. Yeah, I was waiting for that.
That's
too.
tomorrow night or whenever the
tomorrow
next
night.
game is. Yeah, he's got to get all the measurements down, and he's got to get the who's been on keto. If he says that, I swear to God.
So, and it's also they did harp on a lot. He worked on his skating in the offseason. He's a fucking hockey player. You better work on his skating.
Oh, excuse me.
I mean,
And I'm by the way, I am on Costa's side that they have that obsession with the Islanders and mainly Micheletti. And obviously he worked for them, but that was what?
12 years ago? 14 years ago? 15 years ago?
He's worked for us longer than he
worked for you.
Yes,
Connor is killing it tonight.
I gotta say, Connor is about as lucid as I've ever seen him.
He's off
now,
the
Connor,
Chica
is it the
tonight, I think.
KFC or is it the Popeyes near Hofstra? Because there's both.
Yeah.
And the Popeyes is in a worse spot than the
Isn't
KFC.
there a Papa John's off Hempstead Turnpike?
Yes,
too,
there
I think?
is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still there somehow.
Jesus Christ. And
right next to it is the Coliseum Gun Shop, where you can buy an AK-47 and go to the Islander game.
How come we're not blessed with any mass shootings at that fucking place?
Because it would take certain people to go to the game over there. Oh, look who's back.
Guess who's
Let's
back?
go. Let's go. You got it. Bring it on. Go.
You know what, Matt? You're worse
What?
than Mandar. And that's saying a lot.
You're right. I'm a younger Mandar, so I take it as a compliment.
Are you actually Mandar or no?
No,
That's what you got?
No, he's not Mando.
That's what you got?
Mandar's
Go
the
ahead.
man.
What's your
You
next
were
pick?
here for a lot of the Mandar stuff, Morello. I mean, he was just such a jerk, and now I'm on this show still, and he's not. So fuck him.
You want a cookie for that?
Cutter's there's a house of
Sure,
fire tonight.
but it's gonna
Throw
be hard
some
to get
salt
across
at
the
him.
border.
Throw some salt at him.
He doesn't have any left.
I would love a cookie, but the border guards will probably take it. So
Wonderful.
Riveting.
anyway, man. Oh, I was gonna talk Rangers if you don't mind.
No,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So, I mean, why is everyone so salty? It's just preseason. It doesn't make a difference.
From the man who's throwing salt on his own apartment?
Nobody's salty.
Yeah, yeah.
We're just talking
That was
about
my
the
prop.
game.
You gotta give props to my prop, if you will.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I don't care, Morello. Like other people can give me props.
Nobody is.
So that's okay.
Cutter, they want to Cutter beer bash in the chat room. You got go get a couple of cans of beer.
I don't have beer.
Come on, Stone Cold. Get the
I don't
rutabaga
have
out.
beer. I wish I did.
Stone Cold Cutsy.
Yeah. I
Cutter
wish I had beer.
316.
Well,
All
Come
right.
on, Diamond Dallas Cutter. Let's go.
No, I don't have beer. I said.
all right. This is very awkward for me. I have to say,
Okay.
I'm fans of both of you.
I don't know if
almost
you guys
a fan.
have seen the hockey news yearbook and where the Rangers are being projected.
First of all, I said the hockey news always fucking kills the Rangers.
They
So I
hate
can
the
imagine where
Rangers.
they are now.
They're still in circulation.
Yep, they're still in circulation. 75 years.
Okay, so where'd they put the Rangers, Cutter?
They put a sixth.
And what? The division?
The division.
I
Wow.
thought you were going to say the league.
6 out of 8. Yeah.
That
Wow.
sounds about right.
So,
Sounds
We'll
about
finish
right.
6th in the KHL. That's where we'll finish 6th.
No, we
Mr.
can't be that.
Positive.
We're not that good.
He's
Might
just like
be
the rest
sixth.
of us.
They might be sixth in the OHL. Behind the Brampton Battalion and the
Oshawa
London
Generals.
Knights, the Oshawa Generals.
The Sudbury Wolves and us are going to have a really tough battle this year.
Our
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, Cutter. Are the Oshawa Generals still in? Are they still a team?
Yeah, they still are.
I don't know because I haven't heard from them since Henrik Lundqvist. That was all I ever heard was Oshawa Generals. That's all you. And what's projected for the Kitchener Rangers? You salty bastard.
Bankruptcy.
They're projected to do well.
Bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy. Matt Morello's reporting that they're going bankrupt.
Kitchener's not going bankrupt. It's a community-owned team.
Oh, well, what kind of
So
community?
you're a stockholder in the team?
I wish.
I mean, if that's the case, that need be say all about that franchise. That cuts these tax dollars are going towards the operations.
They have better luck than me. That's for sure.
Do they? That doesn't take much.
I don't have a lot of luck with things.
All right. This is getting sad now. This is turning a sad.
Actually,
turn.
I've got
Can
to
we
ask
see the Playboy behind you?
I've got to ask
Everybody
you and
relax.
Eddie permission for something.
Yes.
There's this thing called Jeopardy Labs that you can create your own Jeopardy. Do you want me to do one on BSU or not?
No.
No?
What do you mean?
Okay,
I like a game.
What are you gonna create it in the group, or are you gonna create it for the show?
Well, created for the group.
My wife likes games and she likes your videos.
All right,
probably
go ahead.
explain.
Chris was a big fan of the MMA tournament video.
Hey, I put you in it, Morello. I
know. I was the only one who watched
He
it.
made you, Matt.
I made you.
And he'll
put
take
you on
you
the
out.
Yeah.
He
The
put
kids
you
in
where you-
Scandinavia are really happy about it.
All right, boys.
All right,
That's enough.
guys. So you only watch 2 periods, Matt. Do you have any takeaways from those 2 periods?
It's gonna be a long year.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, it's gonna be a long. I'm like you. I have no like. Normally, I get it. Even if it's gonna go bad, I have a little bit of like giddiness or like, oh, okay, it's getting like it's almost they fool you into getting false hope. I have no. Why do you think I'm so negative?
Right. Yeah,
I have
get
no excitement. Everybody's sitting there like that I talk to, whether they're friends or coworker, whoever, and I just sit there and go, I don't say I don't care because I care, but I'm not getting all revved up thinking, oh, something's gonna happen. That whole JD and Gorton thing, like I said over the offseason, pissed me off. The fact that Drury is the GM and clown show Sather is really pulling the strings annoys the shit out of me. The Reeves move set me the wrong way.
What
I don't
about?
know.
Let me just ask you this question: do you think maybe you, me, and Jim, not so much Cutter because Cutter is in Canada, but that this jet giant malaise that has just got us so down on our teams has kind of crossed over, or this was kind of your thoughts before the football season started?
It's been my thoughts since April or May or like I don't know. When the season ended, I was especially with that whole firing and I was happy, and then the sad part is them not doing the Eichel thing is like the big win in my view.
Right.
The fact that they didn't do something, which I guess is a good thing because for the last 20 years, them doing something normally didn't end well. So I guess the reverse is the positive. But like we talked about it over the summer, you were sitting there waiting for the other shoe to drop, knowing that they're going to do it. They're going to do it because you saw all the moves they made that were reactionary. And I guess it's good that they did it, but I still am not 100% convinced they won't do it in a month, in 2 months, in 3 months. So I think some of it with other people is that the Jets suck, the Giants suck, the Mets, that whole thing, and it's just here we go again. But I think in terms of the diehard Ranger fan that's smart and in the know like us, those that are negative, Kana, me, you, Jim, and others, it's been building over since the spring and the summer. And my only other thing I'm going to say is going into this year, if Zibanejad thinks he's getting $9 or $10 million, he's smoking something. I would not pay him what he thinks he's going to get. Not just because of last year with COVID. I just don't think he's worth that much money, period.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Like, I know he makes, what, 5 something now? If
Something
you
like
want to bump, something like that. If you want to bump him to, like, 7, I can live with that. I don't even think he's worth 8. If he starts thinking he's 9 or 10 like Panarin, I know it's going to be tough for people to say move on, but
no,
I don't know. I don't see it.
All right. Well,
All right.
There you go, guys. Cutsy, it was nice seeing you again. Matt, some
Cutsy, go
poignant
get the vacuum
points,
out.
and I'm glad that I'm not alone in feeling this. I don't know.
Malaise.
Again, like it's not about not caring, and it's not about
It's
losing my
malaise.
shit. It's. I feel like even the NHL has turned. Remember how like last year, and again,
Zuki.
certainly I don't live my life by what people say or think about me. But last year at this time, the whole NHL was like, look at the Rangers. They're doing it the right way.
Right.
And I took a lot of pride in that finally we're not the buffoons of the league.
Right.
And then with one fell swoop, we're buffoons again.
Right.
So did it matter?
Rick Carpinello,
48 hours,
Rick Carpinello has covered the Rangers since the early 80s. I mean, he saw some shit and said this is the most batshit crazy thing the Rangers have ever done. Who was firing JD and Gordon?
And now it's back to fucking dope city. We're a bunch of dopes from New York who are rooting for a team that's got no fucking chance. They just do everything the wrong way.
That was a Chairman Charlie move.
Charles Law.
This is why we have it. This is an old.
That's who that.
That's how
But it was like that was a move that immortal legend of hockey would make, and we would all laugh at it, and so would the league. But that's an Islander move, or that's even a Devil move, or a Coyote, something like that. The Rangers, and again, I know they don't win, but we in our heads and other people hold them to a certain standard. And you did that and now look at it. We're back. Like I think I said it over the summer when I came on the last time or 2 times ago. It's like we're back in 2009 with the McElrath move, except now it's Reeves, and we gooned it up, and it's Jody Shelley, and it's Brashear, and it's all. And now we're just gonna goon it up for what? So it's gonna work against the Islanders and the Capitals and maybe the Bruins. John Scott, yeah, but we're gonna do that. Did we give Reeves the Bugard contract of like $5 million a year for 5 years? I don't know, and I feel very zen in this. I don't feel mad. I don't feel sad. There's no emotion to it.
It's a malaise.
It's a malaise. That's all I could say.
It's
a Ranger depression. I got the blue shits.
Right. All right, boys. We're going to wrap this up. Thank you both for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Take care, fellas.
Cutter, be good. We'll see you.
Yeah, I'll try.
All right, you do that. Good night, Matt.
See
ya. Take care.
See ya.
Wow.
I like it I like the a little bit of
but then it got depressing a little bit. I didn't like that part.
See, I think Cutter only had an opening salvo, and then after that, he was out of ammunition.
Cutter's not a fighter. He'll throw salt at you.
He's a lover.
He's a lover. Everybody knows that of rhubarb beer and
right.
Anyhow.
Oh wow! 2 hours on one preseason game.
Wow. Well,
thank you so much to everybody who joined us tonight. I hope you guys had a good time. We certainly did.
Let's go Rangers.
Let's go Rangers.
Let's go Rangers.
Let's go Rangers. What's up?
Yeah.
All right. We will see you guys in a few days. Enjoy the game tomorrow night. We love you.
And they're fighting in the chat room.
I see that.
We close this show. Yes, we'll see you when we see you.
Yeah, soon.
Take care, Patty.
We'll ramp it up.
Hit that subscribe button, like us, and
Hit the bell.
And Patreon.
Yes.
Keep us on the air.
Yes. www.patreon.com/Blueshirt Underground Show. Eddie, always a pleasure. We'll talk
Great
soon.
being back.
Yes. Good night, everybody.
Good night.